The bamboo cocktail, believed to have been created by Louis Eppinger in the Grand Hotel in Yokohama, Japan, around 1890. Welcome to the Cocktail Spirit from Small Screen Network. I'm your host, Robert Hess. Now, a question we get an awful lot is regarding bitters, and it's about the measurement of bitters. They ask you like, okay, what exactly is a dash? Now, a lot of recipes are going to say a dash of this bitters, a dash of that bitters, or 2 dashes of these bitters. You'll also sometimes see recipes calling for a splash of ingredient, which, quite frankly, all of us craft bartenders hate seeing a splash because there's no definition what a splash is. It might be a ½ ounce, quarter ounce. Sometimes I've seen almost a full ounce go in when someone says add a splash of this. But bitters is always a dash. They never measure it. Part of the problem is because it's such a small amount, it's difficult to measure unless you're using an eyedropper, which would be a time-consuming process. So let's try a quick little experiment and see how much a dash of bitters is. So I'm just going to take and put a bunch of dashes into this, and let's see if we can find out what's going on. Okay, that was 21. And if I look here, it looks like we're at a 1½ teaspoons. Unfortunately, the best rule of thumb I can give you is just pay attention to your bitters bottles, look at them from a visual standpoint, and get used to how much each bottle does. Let's take a look at a drink that actually uses 2 bitters in the drink. It's called the bamboo. We're going to start with an 1½ ounce dry vermouth. An 1½ ounce of dry sherry. I'm using an Amontillado here. And then 1 dash each of aromatic bitters and an orange bitters. Now we stir that with ice. Let's take this moment to add some ice to my glass to help chill it. Now, one thing you notice, this drink doesn't have what you typically think of as a base spirit. It's both a dry vermouth and a dry sherry, so it's going to be relatively low in alcohol, making it not necessarily refreshing per se, but not quite as hard-hitting as a martini or Manhattan might be. Now I'm going to strain that. And garnish it with an orange twist. Now, if you notice as I'm doing this, it may not come out on the camera, but I'm getting a lot of orange oils coming off the zest. One thing to pay attention to is some drinks benefit from having the orange oils come out and add a nice big hit of orange oils that are you're gonna scent it when you pick the drink up as well as taste it. Others, it might be overpowering. So pay attention when you're doing the drink, whether it's too much or not, and sometimes overtop the glass, sometimes not. This drink with the dryness coming in from both the dry vermouth and the dry sherry, I feel the orange adds a nice little citrusy floral flavor to it that's gonna work really well. And indeed, you're getting some of the orange essence off the top of the drink because it's more of a coat of orange oils up there. So it's got a lovely flavor to it. The Amontillado by itself is going to have a dry richness, almost a nutty sort of flavor, and you can scent that here. But the dry vermouth is coming in with its botanicals and adding its more simple flavor that it brings to it, lightening the load of what normally would in the Amontillado. And then the bitters, the orange bitters and aromatic bitters together, are balancing between those two flavors. So you have a nice, delightful cocktail. It's not what I'd call a refreshing cocktail, but it's simple, it's straightforward, not high alcohol. It'd probably be good like after dinner or by itself. And there we have the bamboo cocktail.